Well, hi everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Monday morning, the 5th of May. As we take a look outside at Futurecast here, we're going to see a lot of sun today. There are some clouds around. Futurecast not showing them really well, maybe shows a little bit here, but there are a couple of clouds kind of right in here and a few more. In general today, most of your thickest cloud cover is going to be over southwestern areas. The winds don't look to be terribly strong, but maybe a little stronger out here to the west as well. A little windy near the Colorado border. Could even see a couple of late day sprinkles or light rain in those locations, but again, most of us should see another wonderful day today. Slight increase in clouds, but again, your thickest clouds in places like North Platte, McCook, westward. Still mostly clear to partly cloudy, and then mostly clear farther to the east there. So thicker clouds to the west and to the southwest. Any shower chances mostly going to stay confined to southwestern areas right in here. Basically Chadron to McCook westward, kind of the area I'd be looking at. Tomorrow, clouds starting to increase to the northeast just a little bit more. Still a lot more sunshine here. So this is where your warmest temperatures are going to be. Cooler to the southwest, a few showers. And then that rain chance becomes a little more defined, but mostly in northern Kansas, parts of southern Nebraska. Chances continue to be lower the farther north and northeast that should go. Maybe a little thunder and lightning as we get towards Wednesday morning, but not much. I'm not really worried about the severe weather threat in the middle of the week, but the rain chances continue to be best as you look towards southern areas here. Now, as we head into the day on Wednesday, we are going to see maybe some more, rain chances pop up across parts of Nebraska in here, but again, in general, I still expect lower chances of rain to the north, better chances of rain to the south. When it's all said and done, maybe a quarter of an inch to a half inch of rain in southern areas. Most of us in Nebraska will probably be less than a quarter of an inch. There's a chance many of you may see little to no moisture for the middle of this week here, unfortunately, and so we continue with the mostly dry weather in many locations. Highs today, mid to upper 70s and low 80s. Notice it's a little cooler to the west and southwest. More clouds in those locations later today. More wind out there as well, but it's the clouds that will hold those temperatures down. Tonight, dropping back into the 40s for overnight lows. Tomorrow's temperatures looking kind of similar to today. Again, coolest out west. In fact, a little cooler out west with more clouds. And then upper 70s and lower 80s off towards the east and northeast, where there'll be more sunshine. Tomorrow night, mid to upper 40s, low 50s, maybe some mid 50s in southeast Nebraska, around Lincoln 54, Beatrice as well. And then looking ahead to our Wednesday, probably the coolest day for most of us. And again, better chances of rain, thicker clouds. That's where your coolest temperatures are going to be. Less of a chance of rain, maybe a little more sun. Warmer temperatures the farther north and northeast. That should go. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, it's 40s and low 50s, maybe some 30s out west. And then Thursday, we start to warm back up into the mid and upper 70s as our rain chances do look lower. There still is a slight chance of rain right in here, but the chances of rain don't look overly promising on Thursday. Let's check out that extended forecast. And again, 50-50 shot at rain in the Tri-Cities. So this is no guarantee that we will see rain. That does look to be our coolest day this week. We will start to warm things up Thursday and then back into the low and mid 80s. So it'll be a little bit warmer this weekend than what we saw this past weekend. And there'll be a little more wind on Mother's Day as well. But otherwise, the weather looks pretty quiet for the Mother's Day weekend. And into next week, we keep the 80s going, maybe cooling down a little bit later in the week. But even then, I think it's mostly going to be warm. Active weather-wise, probably not much until maybe later next week at earliest. So I don't expect much moisture in our forecast. There's just a little bit of a chance. It's 50-50 in North Platte as well on Wednesday, so that's not a guarantee. Probably not looking at heavy rainfall unless you were to get underneath the thunder shower, but we're probably not looking at a great chance of good rainfall over the next 7 days here. Temperatures after coming down a little bit by Wednesday, they're back up by Friday and into the weekend, into the 80s. There'll be more wind on Sunday. We could be talking about maybe some gusts over 30 miles per hour on Wednesday, or on Sunday, excuse me. Looking at long range, same as the Tri-Cities, it looks to stay warm into early next week, maybe a small cool down later in the week. But overall, it looks like we're going to keep with the warm weather pattern as next week, the middle of May right now, looks like we are going to keep those temperatures likely above average during that time frame. All the cool weather stays to our west, and we have a chance of being near to slightly above average. I'm a little hesitant on that right now. We'll see. If we get moisture, the chances are probably better later in the forecast period next week, closer to that 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th time frame. Looking at the regional European forecast model here, the ECMWF, most of the good rain these next few days, the middle of the week, stays to our south. There are flood watches across parts of New Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma. All the good moisture stays to our south. Some snow in the Rockies. Wednesday's probably our best chance right there. And then we're back down to a small chance on Thursday, mainly in eastern areas, right there. But all the good rain stays to our south. And then we're dry Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Next week, maybe later in the week, we'll be looking towards probably Thursday and beyond. Wednesday night, Thursday and beyond for maybe some chances of rain and thunderstorms. This setup maybe brings some chance. We'll see. Not super confident yet in that though. The GFS model, again, notice all the good moisture stays to our south these next several days. The really heavy rainfall, we are on the northern edge of it. Our best chance is Tuesday night and a Wednesday. Not a guarantee though. And then Thursday, kind of still a slight chance of rain. Best chances in the southeast, though. And then we're pretty dry Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This model has some moisture. I will see. I'm really iffy on this right now for the weekend. And then next week, maybe our chances of rain get a little bit better later in the week, but even then, I'm very hesitant to be too excited right now here. I know the way this year has gone so far. As you look at the extended outlook when it comes to temperatures, again, we'll get this little bit of a slight cool down for the middle of the week here. We'll take you to Wednesday. And that's just due to the extra clouds and that chance of rain around. Not exactly cold by any means. The really cool stuff is off to our northeast. Then from there, we're really going to start to warm things up here as we get towards the end of the week and this upcoming weekend. A big ridge is going to build in, so that's going to give us some very warm air. It looks to stick around most of the week, but maybe, again, if the European pans out, then maybe we start talking about a low pressure center up there around Bismarck, South Dakota, and maybe some trailing showers and storms along a front or something like that. The GFS doesn't line up with that, though. Let's look at the GFS again, a little cooler right here, this middle of the week. Then we're warming up as we get towards the end of the week, Friday and into the weekend. We're warming up, and it looks like it'll stay warm into early next week. The GFS doesn't cool us down quite as much later next week here. So, all right, let's look at today's forecast one more time, looking at some of the local towns around the area. 79 in Burwell and 78 in Brewster today. A little cooler to the west towards Hyannis and Arthur. In the mid-70s, maybe a few more clouds later today as well. Southwestern areas will see the thickest clouds and the strongest winds, mid-70s in some of those locations, upper 70s around Minden and Kearney, Loop City 78 later on today, upper 70s to right around 80 degrees in southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas, right around 80 in Lincoln, 79 in Crete and Seward, 78 Geneva, Sutton, 79 in St. Paul. Northeastern areas, we're going upper 70s and lower 80s. And this is the area with the lightest winds and the most sunshine today. 79 later today in Neely and Albion, as well as Schuyler and Columbus, 81 in Wayne and Pender, 80 degrees in West Point. So there you go. There's your forecast for today. Everybody, thank you all for watching. I'll be back with you on Tuesday morning with all the latest. Take care and God bless. Bye.